Hi, Misty Adams here with Grapevine Parks and Recreation GoWild program. We're here at Meadowmere Park today to go on a hike. As you enter the trail, one of the first trees that you're going to see is this amazing bur oak tree. The bur oak tree has one of the largest known acorns. As well as some very large leaves that you'll find on them. So we've just come across some poison ivy on the trail. If you've ever wondered, it's leaves of 3, let it be. Now there's some other things in the forest that have 3 leaves too, so a better way to describe poison ivy is the top leaf, this one here, is usually symmetrical. These bottom 2 leaves have what look like mittens. So if you see something that has 3 leaves, look for the mittens. So in the fall, as you see here, poison ivy will lose its leaves. That doesn't mean that it's still not dangerous. The stem here you can see vining up the tree can still contain the oils that will give you that rash. So look out for these twirly vines going up trees as well. As you're walking along the trail, make sure you stay on the trail system because you're going to run into things like fire ants that may be right off the side. As you're walking along the trail, look out for the Carolina snail seed. It's going to have these beautiful bright red berries in the fall. As you're walking along the trail, you may come across this very thorny vine. This thorny vine is called greenbrier. If you're actually walking through the woods, it can get caught in your pants and actually be pretty painful. This greenbrier, though, can be used as good habitat and protection if you're a small animal where you want to hide from big animals such as bobcats or coyotes. Another interesting fact about greenbrier is that in the springtime, its new growth is going to produce these small little delicate shoots that are actually edible. In the fall, you're going to see lots of color change in the forest. One color that you might see a lot of is red. What happens is the chlorophyll leaves the leaf, leaving behind other pigments. So chlorophyll is the green pigment. The one that you just saw is a red pigment known as anthocyanins. As you're walking along the trail, you may see these large green balls. These are actually the fruit of an Osage orange, or also known as a horse apple tree. Some also call them a crab apple. A lot of people ask if this is edible. This is usually not eaten by foraging animals or humans because it produces a milky latex that is not very tasty. The other common name, the Osage orange, derives from the fact that there's an orange color underneath the bark when you cut this tree. While you're walking along the trail, look out for trees that have holes in them. Different types of woodpeckers will make distinctive holes. This here is a yellow-bellied sapsucker where it makes lines in a horizontal row up and down the tree. It's extracting sap and insects from the tree inside. If you notice around me, I'm surrounded in what looks kind of like a prairie area. Most of the plant that's around me is this ragweed. It's dead now and it's gone to seed. But this is what causes a lot of us to have really bad seasonal allergies around the fall time. As you're walking along the trail, make sure you're looking out for things like wasps. This is a paper wasp nest, specifically an umbrella paper wasp nest. You'll notice that it makes a nest in an umbrella shape. Normally it's going to leave you alone if you leave it alone, but if you accidentally bump into this tree and disturb the nest, you could have wasps on you. So just always be on the lookout for things in nature. When you're out in the woods, you may see scat or animal poop. One important thing is to not touch animal poop with your hands. If you can see here, I'm using a stick to kind of look around and see what kind of poop this is. This scat looks like a coyote scat based on its form and structure. This is sumpweed, also known as Iva annua. This plant used to be used by Native Americans as a food source. It's a great source of protein. But the problem with this plant is that it's also a major allergen like ragweed. And so when a new food source came about like maize, the sumpweed was abandoned. Thank you so much for coming on this guided hike with me today. In January, the Grapevine Parks and Recreation Go Wild program is going to start monthly guided hikes. Look out for them.